people. They tune in at 8 and then y'all not on.
You are.
There's
nothing else.
Y'all heard that echo. That was crazy. I hate it when the platform updates and then everything is different and they don't give you a tutorial when the
what? What'd you say about
a tutorial?
Yeah, they'll give you a tutorial.
Words up over there.
Yeah, the whole platform to change. I'm confused as hell right now. I don't know what I'm looking at. But anyway, welcome back. This is Atlanta Carcast. This is season 6, episode 21. We should have just kept doing these things chronologically, and we would. I don't even know what the number would be. But yeah, a lot of episodes in the chamber. So welcome back.
Definitely was saying that. What big is your black balls?
I remember that.
Thank you. I go by the name of Mr. That was my sister-in-law in the background. Shout out to her. To this side of me, normally is Miss TJ, but she's in the background running around. She will be audio only. If you have any questions for her, go ahead and do what you do. To this side now is Qwueen Kong, South Carolina, representative. Yeah, get your merch now. Get your merch now. If you don't know her website, you can follow her website on AtlantaCastNetwork.com. Get your merch. She got a lot of cool shit, y'all. Check it out. Above her, always Mr. Skip of Skip's Trophies and More in the building. Battle for the Rings number 5 on the. Oh 6. Shit! I'm getting confused with Keys to the City.
You did.
Battle for the Rings 6 on deck. Coming. Rings are in. It's the gold edition. All gold, everything. Y'all already know what it is. And if you haven't got your trophy orders in, get them in now. Mr. Skip is filling orders. He is staying busy. He almost had to do a hiring blitz from doing all these car shows and stuff. He had to get a little team going.
It's not true yet. I ain't that damn trying to get there.
You don't never let me lie on. You don't never let me lie on you, man. That's fucked up. And then above me, as usual, Night Hizzle with the Tizzle, built-in inspired tour service. And again, people, this is the summertime. Everybody's, my wife is planning a family reunion. If you're planning a family reunion or a gathering or a graduation or a prom and you need some transportation, built-in inspired tour service. Trying to get them kids out the house, you just want to just ride around like they're a dog until they fall asleep, built-in inspired tour service. You know what I'm saying?
Ride in circles.
You got your in-laws coming in town. They at the airport. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what dough you at. Built-in inspired tour service. You know what I'm saying? He'll pick them up.
Or casino run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want to do a casino run, you know what I'm saying? Get your coins and your monions up. Built-in inspired tour service on deck. So check them out. They are on AtlantaCastNetwork.com as well. So people, we ain't gonna hold y'all back. This is gonna be a bang up show tonight. Topic of tonight: steering the future. Do car clubs still need governing bodies? AKA, this is a town hall calling all cars, and I'm trying to put the link in the chat, but somebody was rushing me and I didn't get to do it. So I'm going to put the link to this show if you want to speak in the chat like we used to do it, and you can click the link. Some people have already been sent the link, but if you know somebody that knows somebody, send them the link when I put it in the chat. Also, this is going to be an important one. to the whole culture, to the whole community. So share this video right now. Hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. So before we get into all that, Queen Kong, what it do? How was your week?
The week was weekend. It was Skip, don't start me. Anyways, it was a week. It's been chilling. You know, just going through the motion, ready for the weekend. That's about it.
About it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I don't know what I said, but okay.
It is. And it's like
Okay.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Skip, it's on you.
Hey man, I had a ball this weekend, but boy, when I tell you the devil was 15 feet off the ground Sunday, so hot out there, man. Listen, you know how when your temperature in your car reads, say 90 degrees, right? And then it says real feel. My temperature gauge in my wife's 300 read 98, real feel 109. 109 I don't think I ever been that tired in my life. And when I say that, it's no exaggeration, y'all. The car show was phenomenal. I was walking to the car to get in the air conditioner and saw a chair. And I barely made it to the chair and I could not move for like 15 minutes. My body, they almost shut off on me. It was so hot. But we did do the first annual Rumors car show. Rumors is a strip club for you guys that don't know. Kim Possible didn't know it was a strip club and walked in there looking for some chicken wings.
Oh,
she said some chicken titties. Chicken titties.
But it was a beautiful turnout, man. There were 67, almost 70 cars entered the show. Cars kept coming all throughout the day. Lamborghini showed up. Some lowrider guys from the Cobb County Marietta area showed up. Big Bled was there. Street Royalty, Impala Nation, Riding Clean. I'm forgetting some people, but everybody, they brought their butt out, man, and that was gas and ass. But and the strippers were out there too. They had on. That was. I can't say that because it's gonna come out wrong, but yeah, some of them bodies. It was a sight to behold. But anyway,
I thought the car show was outside, Skip. What you was doing on the inside, Skip?
No, they came outside. Yeah. And some of them should have stayed inside. Some of them should
have stayed inside.
And some of them bodies look. Yeah.
The bullet holes. I remember back in the day, they used to have the bullet holes in the booty.
My wife tell me, shut up.
No, Foxy Lady.
Listen.
Oh, yeah, Foxy Lady was, ooh. Nighthawk, what you know about Foxy Lady?
But yeah.
Club wax.
It was interesting. It was interesting. Like I said, the show went off without a hitch, man. There was not one disagreement or arguments. That's the beautiful thing about doing something we enjoy. I had a ball outside of the sun, man. It was good, bad, ugly, bad. But anyway, that was my weekend.
That sun be sunning. Nighthawk, what you got?
My week been long. Tuesday, I celebrated my daughter's birthday. She turned 12, so I got a house full of girls, and we get ready next week. So it's a disaster.
Wow.
He's some help over there. I know.
Have you been seeing all those videos of them unplugging the whole boots on the ground thing where they tired of it? It's over.
I'm gonna put my boots on the ground Saturday down here at the Speedway. So
they saying y'all gotta chill, bro.
They say y'all doing a lot. Y'all at the Speedway.
Yep.
Man, listen, they said 1,000 people out there.
Yep.
Let me tell you something. I don't know what y'all gonna do on them concrete with them boots, but when them soles be left on the ground out there, that's
ain't got no camper. Boy, that song gonna teach them.
Let's take the fun out of it at the Speedway. The Speedway to bring a camper in there is $700.
Oh Jesus!
To
bring a camper.
Bring it in.
Yep, on
the infield.
Yeah, in the infield.
Okay.
Wow.
Jesus. They capitalized.
Anyway, my week was fast. long and hard. It is hot outside. It is hot. I think it's hot everywhere. It ain't even a north-south thing. I think it's hot everywhere at this point. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And other than that, I'm just watching the landscape of what's going on in this country, and it's a little bit alarming. Like it's a lot. Y'all pay attention. Pay attention. There's some shit going on. Like this, I think this man trying to bring back slavery. I don't know if y'all saw it.
Well, you know that's well, he's just trying to do. He's doing what he can get away with.
Mm-hmm.
And the crazy thing is, he's doing it in theory only because as soon as he so-called passes a law, the judge will shoot it down. So it's just talking points. You know, it's bulletin board material at this point because everything he's trying to do, the judge is making unconstitutional, which they should have never let him even say it. But you know,
and they letting this joker run wild. He know damn well he on that Epstein list, and they done buried it. I mean, it's just. But anyway, this ain't no political show. Y'all stay woke. I saw a customer the other week. This guy had to be 85 years old, and he has stacked up enough food for 12 years.
Jesus Christ!
Enough food for 12 years. We ain't gonna talk about artillery. You know he got that handled. Obviously, he has enough gasoline. He has enough water. He grows his own food, and it's people out there that are really, really thinking that something is fit to happen. I'm just saying, if you ain't got your shit together, now would be the time. Anyway, so moving on, we're gonna bring a couple people up real quick, but like I said, this platform has updated, and my sound effects is kind of crazy. So let me check my shit real quick. Hold on. That's right. Y'all already know what it is. You got to read the baby. So coming up first, we're gonna bring up the swaggiest of them all. Been in the game for a while. No introduction really needed. And again, y'all, this is about the state of the culture right now. This is a town hall meeting. Everybody can have a voice. If y'all got some comments in the chat, Miss TJ is in the background. Hopefully she can highlight them if I don't see them. And if you want to join the show, the link is pinned in the chat on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. And if your ass is on Instagram and you watching, get your dumb ass over here to YouTube where you're supposed to be and subscribe like an adult.
Call somebody.
Child shit. Get over here.
Bring our folks on, please.
All right, so let's do this. Hold on. We got swag pack there. And also, no introduction is needed. The yellow and black one, Mr. Batman. Welcome back. Welcome back music.
Welcome back.
There you go.
Batman, we can barely hear you, sir.
Mic check, Batman.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
no, we can't hear you. That nigga still got an LG phone.
You
got an LG?
You got to.
He got that tablet. That's what he got.
Oh no, I thought that was him.
You know what?
Man, why does the look so long? Point at the camera.
Yeah, you got a leg for
what kind of phone? That look like one of them old Busta Rhymes videos.
Right.
And then he went black. Turn it to the side, man.
You wilding out, bro. All right, so we gonna kick him and then also bring up another legend in the game so we can have this conversation. Now we got the Icon King. We only got so many boxes, y'all. So the studio will be full at some point. So if you want to get in, you want to talk before the conversation gets hot and heated, get your ass in here right now. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. Anyway, so gentlemen, let me get my ass on the bottom real quick for the one time. So state of the culture, where we're at. All of y'all, well, I don't know about Icon. I don't know if Icon entered the game when there was actually active governing bodies in the sense of that. But I know Shaq was in the game at that time. Batman for sure. So let's start with Nighthawk, and then we're gonna run around. And unless you had a quick question, Skip, go ahead.
Go ahead. Run it.
So governing bodies. What's your thoughts on it? I know you were a part of one, and the gentleman next to you, Skip, was a part of another one. You know, let's give it to the people before we really get to the guests.
As far as the governing bodies, I think that it's a good process with doing it. It's just getting everybody on the same page to cooperate with it, and everybody don't get the big heads about it.
Got it. Skip.
Okay. Let me give y'all a real quick synopsis of what this governing body thing is and how it came about. Back in 2010, 2011, 2012, everybody was just riding around in groups. There was no car clubs, no major car clubs. There were car clubs, but we all just hung together. And then it got to the point where this particular group and this group, they were real good friends. They would swerve on each other, do dangerous stuff on the highway. So some people, one of the guys is deceased now, came together with me and a couple other people, and we decided to try to build a community where everybody followed a certain set of rules so we could keep the folks off our ass, so we couldn't hang out or we couldn't just ride around whatever without getting pulled over and harassed. We came up with the Atlanta Car Club community. Now, what that circle was intended to be was if I did something, shut it down, boys, everybody attended. And then if Swag Pack did something with the street execs, everybody attended. And the circle just completed itself. We'd all support each other and we would grow. And it got to the point everybody was buying into the ground rules that we all had. But then, there was the murmurings and, well, we can do it better, or I don't like the way it's going. And, there was a split. No problem, because we all had the same ideas. Everybody just wanted to do it different. And it still worked. We still supported. So now these two gentlemen below me, well, two of the three gentlemen below me, called me and said, hey, man, we need to do something like this again. I have no problem with doing or bringing the ACC back or incorporating what the CCOA is doing and what the ACC is doing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The issue is going to be, can everybody get along? Can people take their egos and put them in their pocket and say, hey, this is for the betterment of this thing we love and like? You get what I'm saying? So this town hall meeting is for everybody to put their opinion, give us ideas on what they think will work, what they think won't work, especially the people that were part of the CCOA at one time or part of the ACC, Atlanta Car Club community at one time. And there were things that they didn't like about us. So this is the chance for everybody to say, let's do it this way. Let's try this. Let's try that. And I'm open. But again, I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all and say, man, I want to try something brand new, because I don't. I don't mind helping. I don't mind trying to point in the right direction. But if we all can't get along, just us seven right here, how we expect 700 people to get along? So that's why we have a town hall meeting for everybody's input.
All right, Qwueen.
I don't live there. I am very much a special guest on this episode. That's y'all lane. I don't I'm a type of person, I don't have too much input if I haven't been involved in it, so I wouldn't know. I listen and it's a little bit of advice, but I really don't have a standing point. And this is how it is how I feel. Y'all can say, but I'm definitely listening to y'all, and if a point comes up where I feel like I can offer a suggestion, I would, but I'm not the person just to talk or to interject just to be heard. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
Darkness, everybody, everyone, darkness is spreading.
Darkness, everybody, darkness.
Darkness, everybody.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Welcome Smoke to the show. All right, let's go in a little snaky snake motion. Shaq, give it to the people.
I feel like it could work on a support aspect of everything. Think of it like branches of a tree, right? So you have, me and Batman spoke about it earlier, you have your leaders that's a part of this community to help with the support of shows, activities, situations, whatever's going on. But those leaders are the ones that need to be responsible for their people, because like Skip said, you ain't gonna be able to get everybody to get along. You have people in the same club that don't get along. So as far as getting people to get along, I don't think that'll ever happen. But I mean, we all grown. If you don't like somebody or you got an issue with somebody, just stay away from them. Like, we're not going to these events and car shows and shit to fight people and be on no stupid shit. That's that YN stuff. And it's not necessary. Like, we're going to have a good time, look at cars, enjoy cars, and just it's a getaway for a lot of us. So I don't understand why it's so hard to just keep it at a getaway, a stress relief, because all the other stuff is not necessary. So I think it would have to fall on the presidents, founders, vice presidents to manage their people, and then it would be up to the vice presidents, founders, and presidents to get all the information from the bigger picture.
Dope.
Okay.
The King icon.
Oh man, I can't.
Come close to your phone.
Come close. Yeah, come close to your phone.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I came in, I had people approaching me like, "You need to join the ACC. You need to join the CCOA. Who you with? Who you?" So I'm like, telling me I need to do this, do that. So me just thinking like, nothing to tell me what I don't even understand what's going on with this. So like Tex said, we kind of there's a lot of extra stuff going on, so we do need to kind of put a lot of stuff in perspective.
Okay. Put a pin in that one. I like that one. Batman.
What's going on, everybody?
Okay.
All right. So one of the main things, let me get this out real quick. Yes, me, Batman, and Miss Pennywise. No, we are not part of a car club, but we have been a part of a car club, and we've seen what goes on with being in the car club and everything else on the outside. We are solo, but the thing is, Theme Cars is just a movement. We have not joined a car club. I just want everybody to get clear on this thing, because what I've been doing, it's been me and King talking about it. Me and Swag talked about it. And the thing is that it's about getting these car clubs back together. Now, one thing we can sit back and say, it is more independent on car clubs than it is car clubs that's joined the ACC or the CCOA. Now, like everybody say, you're not going to have, you got a lot of people that's not going to follow the rules. So what I had proposed to King and Swag, I was like, hey, why we just don't go ahead and do a independent on car club, like how you got the ACC and the CCOA, do an independent on car club, so-called, what you want to call, like management. And what that would do is that, because you got a lot of people you got a lot of clubs that don't want to join other associations. I'm gonna call ACC and the CCO. I'm gonna call it other association. They don't want to join those because they have their own specific reason. So, but still though, out here in these streets, we still need a governing body. We still need something out here to help protect us out here, because like when we are being targeted with our cars. You got the young guys that's out here that's doing these donuts and doing these shutdown takeovers, and we can be leaving a car show like we did Sunday night and be coming through and be trying to be on our way home or even leaving the house and going out. But we want to drive our finest cars, in which our cars, everybody in this group that we're talking about with this car club, we have show cars. We're not out there doing all that dumb stuff. So now they done post these laws and stuff out here that if we get out here, if we caught in traffic, or we just stopping and just looking out a window, we're associated with that. They're targeting us with that. They're impounding our cars. You got some members are actually going to jail over stuff like this. So we need to fix it to where, if we are going to do this, right, we want to try and pull the young people in so they can see the good things that we do in this car stuff, that it's not all bad, that you get this elevator stuff out of your head or we just run the streets. No, we don't. We do a lot of good out here, and it needs to be shown to them. But like I say, you got a lot of independent owned car clubs out here than the other car clubs. So that's when I was like, okay, when I talked to Skip, I'm saying, that will work out good. Skip was like, hey, if I can help out in any kind of way, I would. Just let me know. And Skip, you've been out here doing this for many years before a lot of us. I think come behind you would be Swag or Nighthawk. But you guys have been doing this. it's not saying that we see it drifting away. We see this thing is just literally splitting apart, but we're trying to pull it back together. And we are going to need just, even if it's just a small little bit of advice from you guys, from you and Nighthawk, to help pull this thing back together. Really, I'm looking at Skip because Nighthawk, you're just like Swag. Y'all got the car club, the longest standing car clubs out there. So you guys and y'all don't have members to leave and come, leave and go, and all this to the point where sometimes you don't even want to bring new members in. You want to keep what you got in because of what's out there. But we see the strength in this car club. So we need to bring this thing back together.
Okay.
So my take is simple. To me, it's about two things. It's niggas that want to be controlled and it's niggas that don't want to be controlled.
Somebody's mic is wind is blowing.
I don't know where the feedback come from.
Okay, go ahead.
It's gone now. All right. It comes down to two things. Niggas that want to be controlled, niggas that don't want to be controlled. When you're talking about governing bodies, to me, it's more successful when you allow the control to occur. And a lot of people take control as a bad thing. I don't think control is a bad thing. Running a successful car club is a level of control involved. Having a successful relationship is a level of control involved. It's funny how people can, especially our people, will look at something that we can identify as something being out of control, right? Oh, she out of control. He out of control. They out of control. But yet you don't want to be controlled. It's almost like we don't even know definitions of these words. So to me, the CCOA, the ACC, or whatever governing body, I think there absolutely should be a level of control.
Okay, so this is the thing then. You got a lot of...
Let Smoke and Hot Wheels speak first.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, you can go ahead and speak first, Hot Wheels.
No.
Okay, I jump in, so I'm just jumping in on the call. Mine's is short and sweet. We got to set the standard. The standard starts with many of us that's on this call. We have to take those young ones that want to be out there shutting down the streets and all that. We got to take them under our wings. We got to show them that it's more to it. And I don't know if somebody already said it. We got to show them that it's more to it than what they're out there doing. We got to invite them to what we're having. When they start revving, we go to them and not kick them out, but hey, that ain't what we doing here. Come enjoy this. Let's go see this. But guide them to do the right things as far as what this car culture is trying to do. Right. As far as a club starts with leadership. If your leaders are allowing certain things, or if your leaders are missing certain things, your people are following you. They're watching you. So if you doing it, they gonna do it. If you ain't doing it, they ain't gonna do it. So with me and my club, it starts with me. So if I'm doing the right thing, I know everybody else gonna fall in line with me. If I'm positive and saying, hey, let's go do this, or hey, let's do some jumping jacks, we're gonna be out there doing jumping jacks together. It's a together thing. It's not ever an I thing. But I just feel like we set the standard, and it's gonna be up to us to change the culture of what is becoming. So that's just my outlook on it.
I got something. Like, I understand what y'all saying. Like, besides Skip and y'all, I've been on the scene probably longer than all y'all that's on there. I'm going on 15 years on the car scene. But the thing that y'all have to realize now is, from when I started to now, is it's not the same. What y'all saw then, you can't bring that back from what you saw back in the day of what it was doing. It's not a lot of car clubs that it is now. You got car clubs that's coming out. They only got 5 or 6 members that's coming out. Then you got your car clubs that are clicking up. You got these car clubs that be up on the north side, don't come down to the south side. So when we have stuff, you don't come on this side, and when it's time for it, we say we're not coming to y'all stuff. So it sounds good. Don't get me wrong, what y'all saying is, but no matter what kind of governing bodies that you do have, people gonna still do what they want to do. When we first started the ACC, which I was a part of, the goal was, if Batman had something, if the whole club didn't come, you at least had to send at least 2 members to the event that was going on. And then that's when you get your support system going on. But now some of these people, even y'all, when people have stuff, and I'm just gonna be honest, you don't see y'all, and whether you take it the wrong, but then you constantly want to have stuff and expect people to come, but you don't see y'all until it's time to have some. I'm not saying y'all, but you don't see people till it's time to have stuff.
I'm guilty of that. I'm not even gonna lie, as far as like showing up. But for me, I don't even be knowing about half the stuff that's going on for real, because all the followers and shit that be flowing through my page, I don't be seeing nothing.
Gotcha. Now, I'm gonna let Batman go. I know he got a lot to say, but I want to address something Batman said, something Hot Wheels said, and something Mark said. The one thing that Batman said that struck a nerve, and I wanted to cut him off when he said it, was there are people that want an organization to form an organization, but they don't want to do the ACC or the CCOA. That's not a good thing, because both of these organizations worked. At the time, the only infighting was just disagreement on whether you were going to take 75 North or 85 North. You get what I'm saying? Whether it was the CCOA or the ACC, we both were doing the same things. Somebody put in here, to me, control is coordination, organization, and communicating intentions. That's it. That's what the circle will be. Whether you call it the four-wheel association, whether you call it the car conglomerate, whatever you want to name it, it's going to be another version of the ACC or the CCOA. The important thing is what Shaq said. The presidents, vice presidents, founders got to control their people. If you can't control them, get them the fuck out your club. That's it. Because that one bad egg that do that one burnout at the wrong time is going to make street execs look like shit. With the example that he's been setting as far as trend setting or smoking them with the trend setting with the vets and all that, all it takes is one guy to do something stupid. It was created with a basic set of rules that was given to everybody. If your clubs follow these rules, if everybody's club follows these rules, we're going to be good. And it works. But then all of a sudden, oh no, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. It was too many chiefs. So it's easy to say, man, we're gonna get information from Skip, and we're gonna do this, then we're gonna form this. And in the beginning, it's just a honeymoon phase. It's gonna look good. Oh man, this is exactly what we wanted. And a week later, how can you address Skip's club, Batman? Hypothetically speaking, this thing works. We get it started. And I got a member that ain't been out in a minute, but he just bought a Hellcat, and he at the wrong time. How can you address me to tell that grown man, hey man, you can't do that shit right here because blah 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 blah, if they don't want to listen? You gotta have followers. Everybody can't be a leader. So I get what y'all are saying, and like Nighthawk said, it's easy to sit here and talk about. But the first thing we got to do is what I want to say is either Icon or Shaq said, is get these presidents together with these teams, these founders, these car clubs, teams, whatever you want to call them, and say, hey, what do y'all think we can do to where all of us can agree to something and make it work, and then we can pass it on to the other clubs, and let's go from there. It's a new thing, but it's an old thing. So when you said, Batman, that they don't want to do the ACC, they don't want to do the CCOA. So what makes you think they want to do the new thing?
Exactly.
It's going to be the same thing. It's just a different name.
Well, the reason why I said that is because you got a lot of them that want to continue to be independent. So if you're going to have an independent out there on the streets, if we're going to do independent, but we're all say for instance, we're all always meet up together at the same car shows or events. Why not the presidents, like I discussed with them, why not the presidents or the founders come together every quarter of the year? Every quarter of the year and sit down and come up with independent bylaws of saying that, hey, these are as far as us to be protecting ourselves and everybody else out there in these clubs. These are certain bylaws that we're gonna have to go by to make sure we enjoy and don't have any problems. Good example. One of the bylaws can be, in our group. I mean, in this thing, no shutdowns. You can't have no members that want to be part or be involved in any of these street takeovers.
Okay, but when you say that, Batman, I didn't mean to cut you off. Is what you're saying is really irrelevant because you can't tell nobody what to do with their car when they paying their own car note. So when you say independent, every club is independent, and when Skip them ACC and CCO, we all had bylaws, but you had your own club bylaws too. But we couldn't tell you exactly what to do with your club.
And that's why I said a general set of rules that everybody can follow. You give that
that's what I was saying.
Right, pass it out. But see now, one thing you said, like Nighthawk said, is you can't tell people what you can tell them is what you won't accept in order to be a part of this. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm glad you clarified. You better phrase my wording.
Okay.
This is what we won't accept. If you want to be part of these clubs, and the founders and the presidents and the VP, whoever come they will, or whoever want to be associated with that, we will come to an agreement. Hey, how y'all feel about that? And we will come to, you have nay and yay. We'll come to an agreement on it. And this is, what these bodies would not accept. Because we still got a lot of people out there that want to be part of Car Club, that want to be part of things that we do. If you pay attention, they might do these takeovers, but they're grouped together with their partners and so many other ones because they want to be portrayed and be like who we are. They see about their life in the back window of a car, or they see secret society sticker in the back window of the car, and they just like riding on the side of you just to feel like they're a part of or associated with you. So they want that energy, and like Hot Wheels said, we got to get together and show them the right way. But guess what? It takes us who've been out there doing it for them to see that we're doing it the right way.
But if you're gonna put in an ordinance of stuff that we're not gonna accept, like I said, how many people gonna really want to do that? Like, okay, they don't want us to do that, so fuck it, we're not gonna do it.
Right. And see, Batman too, one thing is I'm gonna ask you this question, then I'm gonna go into this. Who want to form this group? Why do you want to form this association, this group?
Because me on the outside, I see the separation.
Okay. Now
I see the separation from all the clubs.
Right. I asked you that.
And I see that. I see Smoke got his group, King got his, Hot Wheel got hers, Swag got his, Nighthawk has his.
Right.
And when we just like we was at the car show on Sunday, it was everybody just got together like one big family.
Right.
And get along and can conversate. It's so smooth.
Right. But now the reason I asked you why you want to start it is because that's why the ACC was started. See, the reason the ACC was started was because we all hung together, just like we did this past Sunday. We all hung together the same way. We went to the restaurant park, went to Moreland at the driver license place. We had our little spots. Everybody was together. And then when the scene started, when they started doing stupid stuff that brought the negative attention to us, Tony and Almond and Callie, they all got together with me and we said, hey, we got to create something to where people will buy into us continuing what we're doing without the dumb shit. See, you want to get everybody together, and we're already together in a sense, without even having these rules that we're going to try to come up with. Like you said, Sunday, everybody showed up. Conversation, going on about our business. That's the group. If people still want to come around us, like you said, I've done this now. You said it. Man, take your car out of here. We don't want that shit over here. Get on. It's easier to tell them to go on about their business than to tell them, hey man, come see how we do it. Because all they're gonna do is hang out and chill out and leave burning out. You get what I'm saying? Some people are just gonna do what they're gonna do. And this is why I asked you why you want to do it, because it's working the way it is. And I get what you're saying, the togetherness and everybody on the same page, but that's a hard ask.
So let me
if you look at it now, Batman, if you look at it now, count how many active car clubs does you have on the scene now? Back then, when we all was in the ACC or CCOA. How many active clubs does you have now? Rolling. So basically, you're gonna see these 7, 8 little boxes at the same little circle again, because when you at a car show, you're gonna see About That Life, you're gonna see Misfit, you're gonna see Smoke, you're gonna see Street Royalty. It's the same little circle that you see now. So what we gonna try to fix that's not broken?
Huh?
No, say it. No, that's why it's a town hall. Say it. Speak.
How do you feel? How do you figure it's not broken? Do you sit back? Do you even sit back sometime, Nighthawk, and talk with the other club members?
And okay, like you say.
No, hold on. Let me finish. Do you sit back and you don't? So you can't tell me you don't see the separation like how it should be, how things are not together. You don't see that?
I see that, but at the same time, like you said, all the organizations and presidents and founders of the clubs need to sit down. If we was to do that, when you say the presidents and the founder of the club, it would eliminate you from it, because you don't have a club, so it would automatically eliminate you.
Yeah, it would. It would eliminate me. So guess what? You being where you are and the status you have in this car industry, and you just said you've seen how it's separated. You got more weight, more status than I got. Why haven't you thought about doing a restructure of the CCOA?
Because look, hold on, let me correct you on that. Because when we did the restructure on it, we restructured off the ACC, and it ran the same thing. And we went with, and I'm not gonna lie, we went by the same rules as they did. And what do it lead to now? We all right back together, going to the same thing.
Have you went to King and asked him, do he want to join the CCOA? Have you went to Swag?
And then he just say that people were trying to get him to go to different ones.
Did he want to join?
But hold on, man. Now I got to cut you off now. It's easy for a Nighthawk to ask them to join. They have to be willing to join and have to be given a reason why they should join the CCOA versus the ACC, or versus just riding like they do. They still support everybody. So what's the purpose of them joining one organization when every time either organization has something, they there?
And let me clear this up, because a lot of y'all think it's something where you're supposed to join this, that, and third. When the CCOA, let me clear this up with all y'all. When the CCOA was formed, that page was formed for information for its flyers and all that. It wasn't to join this, join that. It was to lead you in the direction that you're supposed to be going for this car show, this car show. So it wasn't like he was trying to get initiated into anything. So I just have to clear that up. But it was just an informational page, just like you see down. It's just an informational page. It never said now recruiting anybody.
That's what I need. I need the informational page.
And that's what you see on there now. It's all flyers.
Now watch this. Now see, Batman, here go your organization right here. It's an informational organization about car shows without the law. That's what that right there, what those two guys just said, is what you're trying to get. So, and y'all chime in when y'all got an idea. We're gonna try to craft this thing real quick. So now, not the ACC, not the CCOA, but the car show information, the car club information page, or car association information page, something like that, where if you want to post something, and we're not gonna let them spam the page, like for instance, I got Battle for the Range, you ain't gonna put a Battle for the Ring fly up 10 times a day, every day. But information. If you want to know what's going on, you're able to go to that page and figure it out. And then those same rules to where, you got to answer questions to join. Hey, man, when you go to these events, these are the rules that's going to be in place for your organization. Ain't no organization that shows up. Something like that is what you're talking about?
Yeah.
So everybody that's listening, and the reason that we deem this a town hall meeting is because I want to help. Nighthawk is here. All y'all are here because y'all want to do something or attempt to do something. So let's just figure out how we can all say, well, you know what? This is, like Shaq said, I want the information page. I think everybody needs that. Okay, so let's figure out how we can make that circle grow. How we can make that organization grow, and what needs to be done to create it.
All right, y'all. I gotta go eat, but I'm gonna be listening.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to slide to them at work. I got to holler at y'all.
All right, brother. Lady Arcon said, if there's going to be a government association, I think new blood is needed on the board for a fresh start in balance. Okay, that's cool.
I got a question.
Qwueen Kong got something to say. I'll see you right here.
I got a question. So I'm trying to I'm listening, but I'm trying to understand. So my question is, at this moment, why is the CCOA and the ACC, if y'all are trying to do the same thing, why is it still separate?
Well, it's separate because it was a branch off. Mm-hmm. So, like I said before, you can travel 75 north and 85 north and still get to North Carolina. Mm-hmm. You be South Carolina. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we were the same thing on different sides of town, so to speak, hypothetically. And it was different ideas and opinions that felt like, well, if we do this, but we're just going to do it over here. And from my point of view, there never was an issue with it. But people issue numbers with it because why they got to do this, they doing the same thing we doing. And just behave. Smoke, is that your? Thank you.
Yeah, that was Smoke. I just muted him. Unmute when you want to talk, Smoke. You echoing bad. Just unmute when you want to talk.
But
Skip, not to cut you off. I don't think that was her question.
She said, "Why are you separate?"
I don't think that was the question. I think her question was, why haven't you merged back into the same lane?
Mark, when you divorce your wife, you go back?
It happens.
It happens.
Go ahead, so.
If you realize what's going on, if you look at both pages, everybody's on both pages. So you're going to see whether the ACC post or the CCOA post, everybody's on the same page.
See, this is the issue. When the split happened, there was real beef. Mm-hmm. What reason, I don't know. There was real beef. Me, the face of the ACC at the time, I called him and I called the other heads, so-called heads of the thing, and I said, hey, listen, I don't have a problem with y'all at all. I don't care what you hear. Call me like a man or woman and talk to me about it. I'm going to let everybody know that's associated with what I'm going. We're not going to do that BS, blah, 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 blah. We're just two different entities. So when people say, why haven't y'all rejoined? Why? What difference is it going to make? It's
because y'all got the same purpose. Now everybody is older, as years have passed. I see it, when how you're talking right now, it seems like, clearer minds have prevailed. All right. When y'all split, it's been years ago. But again, if you're talking and you're having this town hall meeting, it's the fact that, okay, we might as well at least put that on the table.
Yeah.
About coming together, because it you don't need to have, okay, well, I'm sitting, I see the same thing on this page and this page, because guess what? When the younger kids see it, you know what younger kids do? Oh, I'm gonna pick a side.
It's the blood and the Crips. I got you.
I'm gonna pick a side.
The only way that will work if man to man, me and Skip sit down and we merge it together with me and Skip for our personal reasons. Like that will be the only way. And Skip know my reason why.
Right, and we can do that. That's not an issue. Matter of fact, we can get rid of those names.
Exactly. It will have to become a whole new name.
Because now we're trying to do.
That's what I feel y'all should.
No, you know what I'm saying? It'd be better to get rid of the names because we're still all trying to do the same thing. Like he said, we still support each other in everything, whether it be an anniversary party or a car show or a kid's toy drive or whatever. We still go wherever the other one goes. There's no real peace there.
So you know what, Qwueen Kong, thank you. You made a very, very good, valid point. I mean, I think it would be a beautiful thing if y'all did merge that thing back together, change and come up with a better name. Because look how many people look up to both of you guys, right? Even in this car club industry, when people we're all out here, even the ones who was on the platform. So we might even have people to start get into it. Won't y'all do that? That sounds like a damn good idea.
I feel like I say, I don't know the backstory. Like I say, when I'm just giving my little bits of whatever. I don't know the backstory, but it feels like Nighthawk and Skip. Of course, y'all know the backstory. Y'all have y'all own offline talk to figure out if this, and then you bring it back if y'all come together, have different ideas, then you bring this conversation back. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is what me and Nighthawk came up with. We done had these ideas or whatever. But if it's too much unresolved drama, then I agree. Leave it separate. If you feel like it's going to be too much, if you feel like there's underlying issues in between each other, however it may be. But from what we're talking about right now, how you're talking about bringing it together and making it more positive, and because guess what? Now y'all all been doing this for a long time, more leaders. So like you talked about, these younger kids that's out here drifting, they ain't got to be like, okay, well, I went to an ACC event or however, and they let me drift, so this is where I'm going to go.
Gotcha.
Versus, you know what I'm saying, CCO. However, I could be, just tell me if I'm wrong. That's just outside looking in.
That's a very good outlook or observation from the outside, because you're on the outside looking in. It makes complete sense. But like I said, you remember Kmart. Everybody remembers Kmart. Kmart and Walmart had to coexist until Walmart got too big and just undersold them everything. You got TJ Maxx and you got Ross. They both do the same stuff. So what you're saying about we should come back together and everything will be hunky dory. But even if it happens, even if we make a kumbaya and say, you know what, ACC and CCOA is back, now we're just a CCOA. What's it gonna change?
It could change a lot. Look how many of us out here, like Nighthawk said, you had the clubs back then when it was like how it was back in the day. Now it's a whole nother group out here, and we look up to you guys. We follow you guys. You guys bringing in and starting off a whole new fresh, like who changed names? They ain't got Cub Food no more. Now you got Walmart.
I got you.
You guys do that. You got look at that. All everybody who's following y'all now.
I'll tell you what.
If we got faith and belief in y'all, why y'all can't do it? Why won't look? If I didn't think it would possibly work, I wouldn't have been talking to these guys that I did. I want to talk to King. I want to talk to Swag. I want to talk to Stunner. I done talked to several other presidents, and they gain and willing for the same thing. But okay. if y'all, that sounds like a damn good idea. What Qwueen Kong said.
But watch this. When it was just the ACC, right? And it was growing and it was just thriving and everything else. And then when the split, everything was still growing and thriving. Do you understand when you're the face of something? All of us are the face of something. She the face, she Qwueen Kong. He the face about their life. You the face of theme cars. You know, Mr. is the face of the Atlanta car cast, right? You understand how deflating it is when you sit there and you try to do something.
What happened to Skip, y'all?
No, say that last part again. It just cut out. Say that last part again.
I said, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, do you understand how deflating it is as a leader, as the face, as the person that does all the speaking? When you say, hey, man, we're going to go over here and we're going to feed this homeless and blah, 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 blah. Y'all try not to do no burnouts or whatever. And then people go do it. And guess what? They're going to say, God damn, Skip, man, how you let them do that? Blah, 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 blah. It is so, I ain't going to say disrespectful. It's so disheartening when you try to lead the right way or try to do the right thing and hopefully everybody will follow suit and they don't. And then you're like, wow, you failed. Not that I care about what people think, but that's what happens. And then you get to the point to where we are now. The ACC is still here. The CCOA is still here. Yeah, we're different, but we're the same. So when you say, if we was to merge and y'all will follow me, what about when they stop? What about if they decide to change their mind and they don't want to do it no more?
Man, okay. I'm hearing every reason why not to do it. When both of y'all, anybody gonna say something that yes, we can do it, get any kind of idea? Because all I'm hearing right now is that what reason why not to do it?
Okay, but see, now we came on here for a town hall.
You can probably hear people in the chat saying the same thing.
Okay, but we came on here to do the town hall meeting for everybody to talk about something new. And then it switched over to trying to take the old heads and put them together to form something new. If we're going to form something new, let's form something new. See, what I'm getting now is the narrative has changed to where okay, Skip and Nighthawk know how to run it, so let's get them to form it up, and then here we got a new organization. That's not what this town hall is about. It's about, do we need an organization to get to keep it going forward? So if that's the case, let's form a new one and put a new head up there, and then we won't have this issue about us saying why it won't work. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you say it like that, it's almost like it's a direct attack on me and him because we won't do what y'all want us to do.
No.
Ain't nobody attacking. I'm saying this. Hold on.
You're absolutely right. No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely
You just said you're why it won't work. Okay, start something new.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Right.
But wait, hold on. Got another question. This ain't nothing like this ain't really like I say, I'm just inquiring. So I feel like people respect you both, Nighthawk and Skip, so much because of all the years that you all have been doing it, CCOA, ACC, there hasn't been another one, correct?
No.
So they definitely follow y'all heavily because of all the years. Nobody else has came and be like, well, you know what? Let me start this new organization, this new, not saying a club, but the new organization of, nobody else has done that. Right. So the respect is there.
Right. And I never said
it. They're heavily.
Right. I never said it wasn't. That's why in the podcast, I said to him, let's create something. Name it the four-wheel organization, name it the information, the car information board, whatever. And that'll be the new thing to start. And I will be a part. I'll be in it. But what I won't do is be the face of it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'll give all the information I get. I'll give all the information I've had from all of the organization I had. And hey, man, this worked, this didn't work, but we might can, flip it up. I'll do whatever I need to do to help it succeed. But when the narrative gets changed to where, man, if y'all just come together, that'll be something new and it'll work. It won't. Because we start over on both sides. We do.
You gotta start over. Okay.
Gotta start something new.
Okay.
Get everybody with a fresh outlook. Lady Icon said something about that. Let's just start off with new people on the board, new fresh people, new ideas, blah, 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 and see where we go with it. I'll talk about comments because everybody's having, good input. I don't want to make it seem like it overlooks it. The debt is chiming in really good. So, Gordon said in that case, so much time would have to pass for the OGB without the that. I don't have a problem giving them.
Skip, move around or
come back to the mic.
It's coming back. Yeah, it's coming back out. Yeah.
I don't know. I got mixed thoughts on it. I mean, I think everybody wants recognition. And the somebody just said about, bike coach or whatever. Like, you can't even start no bike club unless you're recognized on the set. You just can't do it. You got to be recognized.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you.
Now. We hear you now.
My bad.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. It's two things. What does the culture want this to look like, first of all? And not y'all too. Because at this point, it ain't even about y'all. It's about them in the chat. It's the Batmans. It's the icons. It's them. What do they want? I kind of think y'all being a little selfish. A little. Because it ain't about y'all no more. Y'all niggas old. Like,
if you're being funny, let's just stop it. Because this ain't joking time. This is serious talk.
Everybody let you talk.
But you're saying y'all go ahead, man.
I get what Skip. Hold on. I get what he's saying. He's saying, oh Lord, y'all done made Skip mad. But anyways, I understand what you're saying. Like, definitely, you know what I'm saying?
Explain it, please.
It has to be new ideas. You know what I'm saying? Especially new ideas with these young kids. Not everybody is, like Skip already said, though, he wasn't open to change. That's an older person mentality. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
We all know that's an older person mentality when they're like, hey, I ain't open to change. I ain't trying to this and this or whatever. However,
it's obvious. Cool. It's obvious that the people want something like this to exist. But we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Right.
The problem is how we're currently doing it is not effective for whatever reason. It could be, beef, people got baggage, they're harboring feelings, they can't get over it, whatever the fuck. I don't know. But
I
the way we're currently doing it is not effective. And the split created.
I'm not gonna let you say the split created the beef, because once the split.
No, I wasn't gonna say beef. I was gonna say when y'all split, I ain't gonna say it went down, but it kind of did.
Okay,
it didn't make it better.
When you say it went down, from now the split to now, what clubs do you still have going? What clubs do you still have going?
Just yours?
Exactly.
From back then?
Look what I said though, just yours. Look
exactly.
how many clubs when you was doing it. When you started.
So from now, when the Hoop Riot and the Hoorah, all this was going on, it was a whole bunch of clubs that moved on. But now, when you say the last club standing, it is me, the last club standing. So my club going forward is the new. They don't know the history from the back, for as you guys know. The only way you guys know, because y'all was in Camaro Nation. So y'all know the history from back, but from Icon King, Swag them, they don't know the history of what we all did back in the day. They just going by the little bits and pieces of what they saw then. And when they say merge them together, it won't work merging them together, be simply because Skip them have history on what they built, and it's not just Skip's organizations, it's Skip and other people too, and it's not just my organization, it's people I have to go to. A lot of folks think the CCOA is mine. It's not mine. I'm just on the board. It's not registered in my name, so I can't just say, hey, let's merge them.
Okay, so hold on, Nighthawk. You said, see, now that's the confusing part, right? A lot of people listen. You were saying it was just an information page.
Correct.
What? Hold on. So, Skip, explain to everybody what is the ACC?
The Atlanta Car Club community was an organization of like-minded individuals to share and have the same set of rules or bylaws to follow. We could all support each other. The information will be exchanged on the Atlanta Car Club community page, where everybody's still a part of it, to where, just like what we were talking about, the informational page, where everybody posted their shows. So all people had to do was go to Atlanta Car Club community's page and see what was going on. They knew everybody was going to be there because we were in the same circle.
Okay, freeze right there. Nighthawk, what is the CCOA?
The CCOA is a community page where we post events and we go to different stuff. It's similar to what Skip them does too. But if you look at it, me and Skip, look at it now. If you see us out together now, no matter if you want to hold the same title, I think Skip is the president of the CCOA. ACC. I'm the president of the CCOA. So we're both out neck and neck at the same events. We on the same show together. So it's equal all the way around. And how I figure y'all say merge something together. If you merge it, and if you look at both pages now, everybody's on the same page. So what is you merging? You still got the same two things going on.
What they're saying makes sense. I understand what they're saying. Instead of two, have one. That way everybody's still going to come together. There's no choice to be made. It's all about what we all enjoy. But I think what they're missing or they don't know is the reason of the split.
That's right.
So
that's for y'all to talk about.
That way, the reason of the split is going to stay where it is.
See, Queen Kong, when we have, say for instance, like in the summertime, you have the ACC have a big summer event going on, and that's inviting every car club that's associated with the ACC. Am I right, Skip?
Mm-hmm.
And then, Queen Kong, you'll have maybe a month later or a month before, the CCOA will have a big family event. And Nighthawk, that's including everybody who's associated with the CCOA. Am I correct?
No, that's everybody, period. So what's the difference between College Park Day, East Point Day, Lakewood Day, all them different days?
Well, on Lakewood Day, they don't want nobody from Clayco.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
No, they don't.
No, he right. They don't want them to come.
Okay, all right, I'm lying then.
No.
Okay, hold on. Wait.
When the CCOA have theirs, we invite ACC. And when they have theirs, you see ACC, CCO people at the ACC cookout. So it's never where it's segregated to the everybody's open invite.
But what I'm trying to show to Queen Kong is that, see how we got those two separate entities? We trying, why not just have one so we can all go to one event?
Right. Now, makes sense right there.
But no, it ain't like that. We're going to one.
But let's do this. Let's leave the ACC and the CCOA where they at. Let's do a whole new one.
All right.
To where people from the ACC and people from the CCA will be part of this new organization, and we'll all do the same things. See, I think what we're harping on now is trying to get two old dogs to coexist.
Yeah. Okay.
Let them
all.
Let's all right. Old dogs will come to the new house, so to speak.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. Okay. All right. Now, moving forward. As the original topic was, so what are you all's new ideas? Does anybody have any new ideas that y'all were trying to propose for the town hall, or anything that y'all would like to see different in y'all's community?
Well, I can't speak for everybody, right? But I can say this much. We noticed that it was a divide, right? So we were just reaching out to every different other president. We didn't really reach all of them, presidents and founders. We didn't reach all of them, but we're slowly reaching out and see what everybody else, how they feel about to come together. And like I say, we didn't reach out to everybody, but we're talking to some people trying to see, is it worth engaging in? Is it worth even discussing? You know what I mean?
Yes, it is.
But that's still not answering my question. I'm talking about the new ideas. We passed that point now. We done been an hour on coming together. What are the new ideas or topics that y'all had that y'all feel things needed to change going forward to make it a better community?
One thing I did know that was discussed, that was to get to start coming together more and participating with other clubs more from the north and the east and the south. Everybody, you got up there in Stone Mountain, you got way down here on the west side, down here by Douglasville, and then you got Swagnum on the north. We was all talking about, doing that more. And start making more events more to where we participate a whole lot more together.
Let me say this. Yeah. Let's Thanos Snap, and let's say a group like Street Royalty, right? And they never existed, and they're starting tomorrow. And they saw the ACC, they saw the CCOA. What value or benefit do they get from joining either of you? I think that's why they're so confused.
No,
they don't understand how the shit works. They don't understand what they get out of it. It just seems like some niggas that just together and they post flyers.
Mark, don't do that. They said let dead dogs lie, let it lie. Why are you trying to bring it back up?
No. I'm saying, but I'm. They just said no. That goes.
Let it die. You trying to bring it back up?
Y'all don't never let me finish none of my damn points. Y'all be talking for 5 fucking minutes. I can't talk for 10 seconds. I'm saying is, if we're going to build something new, these are the things you need to keep in mind.
Being messy. That's what you're doing. You slick being messy. I'm just gonna be honest.
I'm not being messy.
Right.
They say that was done, so we just gonna end that right now and go forward.
Respect them for that, man.
That's being messy.
No. I'm not saying them personally, but I'm saying, like, if we were to build another governing body tomorrow,
push my buttons and we gonna take it there. So just let that ride. Just let that ride, because just let it ride.
I'm not on CCOA ACC. I'm not even on that.
I'm just saying it's no benefit of joining now one of them. It's just flyers and pages. That's what we're gonna keep it just like that.
And that wasn't no diss. I'm just saying, right? Like, if it's a governing body, shouldn't it be more?
But it's a hot topic to bring up, though, Mark, because that's where the division lies in asking that question.
Y'all are so passionate about this.
But you should be.
I mean, I understand them. I definitely understand where, you know what I'm saying, that it said, like, because when you're getting to saying where's a benefit, it is creating a divide. You know what I'm saying? It's like a choosing kind of thing. So that's why it's just like, just leave that alone right now, because it's like I'm making a choice. Because that's like if somebody comes to me and say, hey, you want to join this car audio team or this car audio team, figure out what's the benefit of which one. You know what I'm saying? What's the best benefit? You know what I'm saying?
But hold on, before we had this conversation, was that not a thing that could have possibly happened?
No.
But we passed that.
I understand that, but don't say one thing and you can't acknowledge that the other thing exists.
No, we passed it though. We moving on to the different topic of moving forward.
In a nutshell, we came on here for a town hall to try to create a whole new organization that encompasses everybody, regardless of what association we used to associate with, we used to be affiliated with. We're gonna leave them where they are, and in the car show information company, whatever you want to call it, that's gonna be the new everything. Everybody goes there for the information. Everybody goes there for the organizational or what we're gonna do. This is what I assume we're trying to do, is build a whole new organization with new faces, new talent, new ideas. Correct? Okay. There you go. Because like Nighthawk said, bringing it up and talking about this, it's going to open old wounds. It's going to, the wrong question to be asked, and then there's issues there. It just don't need to be. So the town hall, as far as we need to abolish those associations, have all three people.
Come back to the mic.
You're fading out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There you go.
Or have an overall untied or association that is over both. Well, I'm gonna say this, and I think Nighthawk will agree, is we're not gonna bring up what the ACC did and the CCOA did anymore. We're gonna try this new organization thing. Y'all still can't hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. You know that it lags the comments. So
we hear you good though.
But creating something new would mean inclusion, incorporation, and acceptance. So the first thing we got to do, Batman and you and Shaq or Icon or whoever, once y'all decide how we're going to name it or what it's going to be, is reach out to the presidents or the leaders of said card groups, following, whatever, and say, hey, man, this is what we want to do. We need everybody included. Let's have a sit down.
Yeah.
Or have a Zoom, so to speak. That way everybody got to meet up somewhere in the middle. Decide how it's going to work. Because like I said, the ACC is where it's at. The CCOA is where it's at. Let's move forward. And move forward means creating something new with new blood, new ideas, new faces.
All right.
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Okay, so when y'all building this new organization, this is just my question. I got two questions, honestly. So, two questions, ideas. All right. So, I'm not sure if y'all have that now. Do your organizations have a calendar? Does anybody get together for, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so you do. Okay, understood that. Now, we all know where the state of some of these young people's, the drifting, anything, this and this and this. Has anybody ever reached out to see if they have? I mean, I know mostly it's just like, hey, take over, we meet together, but they're all following somebody.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So has anybody ever tried to reach out to find out, like, hey, okay, I understand what y'all do in y'all own time, but we're trying to bring this and make it bigger and better. Y'all come check out this event. Just chill. Just check out the event, and then I wouldn't say we'll come support y'all's event, because ain't nobody coming out there for all that nonsense. But, just to try to reach out, because like I say, they have to follow somebody.
Right.
Somebody has to be, even though they're all still young, it's somebody they look up to in that scene that's calling the shots.
Right, but that's mindset too. You got to think about that YN mindset. Shaq said something about YNs. When your mindset is built on speed and the Euro type cars with the what they call cambered mark, where the wheels are like that.
Mm-hmm.
The cambered car scene, doing the drag in the cars or whatever they call it.
Yeah, but you have somebody that has a level head. Somebody out of those thousands.
But that's a needle in a haystack to find that one person, and then that person who has a level head might not be able to influence everybody else to follow it.
Yeah,
separation is with those types, because my mindset at one time was just loud music. Period. If it didn't have loud music, ain't want nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, trying to get people to come over, but they got to be wanting to come over.
And then Qwueen Khan, I don't know if you seen on Instagram where did y'all see when Vin Diesel was talking about bringing back the last Fast and Furious? Did y'all see his interview? I mean, when he was somewhere.
I did see that a little bits and pieces where they're talking about trying to bring it back for more cars, more back to actual what the first one was about, right?
Yeah, back to what the first one was about. He was talking about he gonna bring it back to LA, and then he said we're gonna. To me, the worst thing I think I heard him say when he said, and we're going to bring back street racing. And I was like, dude, why would you even say that? We trying to get these young folks to start, get that mindset, get that thought out of their head. But then when he said that, I mean, even the crowd was cheering and the lights went sky high.
Mindset. That's the mindset. He's reaching out to a certain demographic. That's just what it is.
And when you got Florida now,
you can do.
And then you got Florida now. Skip, did you see that? Florida now got the new law. If you go over 100 miles an hour, you can go
to jail.
And I was like, this dude. I was like, man, it's already rough out here. Yeah, I told me Pennywise, I said we go doing the shows in Florida. Shit, we doing 55. We are not. Y'all know how we used to ride out there.
The law is if you're doing 50 miles over the speed limit or you're going over 100 miles an hour, it's automatic incarceration and impounding your car.
Hey, man, let me say something real quick. To Skip and to Nighthawk, I don't want both of y'all I don't want both of y'all to get offended. And if y'all felt like it got out of hand on talking about this ACC and the CCOA, I want to apologize to y'all. And it was nothing towards you guys. Yeah, I just want to say I apologize. If it's saying I don't want y'all to be heated at me about anything or anybody on this panel. But I'm just saying, I just want to get that out there because it kind of went left. But that's what we do on this podcast.
But we still here. Everybody might be a little mad, a little in feelings after, we all. It's good to bring it. It's good to bring it out.
Bring it to the forefront.
I will say that. Nighthawk, Mister, y'all face all ball up. It's good to bring it out. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm outside, so I apologize. What?
I'm just ugly.
What you saying?
You know what I'm saying? I do apologize. Like I say, that's why I don't speak too much on y'all's part of the culture because I'm not there, but just listening, and I just had questions, so I was just unsure. I didn't mean for it to.
So I guess when I stepped away, I must have missed them when I stepped away. So when we answering the question, do car clubs still need governing bodies? What is the answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Your answer is yes. That's what y'all answer is too.
That is, but the way that we did it, us two, is going to the wayside now. Now there's still people that participate with it, but it's still just that. It's just a memory now. It's a story.
But to me, when you say it's a memory and a story, that's where, like Nighthawk probably was saying to me that in so many words, I feel Nighthawk was saying I was stuck in time. Man, them days back then, like me and Mark, we was in Camaro Nation together. Man, just seeing the formation and everything that good that was doing. Like how Skip said, go and feed the homeless and stuff like that. We did that with Camaro Nation. Let me tell you, I remember when we did that one time, The first time we did it, and my wife, Miss Pennywise, told me, she said, you know what? I know what I love. This is what I want to do from now on. It was things like that. And that's what I want to introduce to the new generation.
Well, we got to lead by example.
I don't want to feel like we stuck in time that it can't be. I don't know. I just can't get in my head, locked in my head that, man, you just can't do that no more.
We got to lead by example. And I'm going to tell you how we can do that. Here's an idea. Just like how you advertise theme cars and you say, hey, we doing this.
Come back close. Say it again.
I'm here. I don't know what's going on with this mic. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, you remember how the very first theme cars, every other night you was at Andre's, advertised, talk about what you're going to do. Turnout was amazing. So now when we want to do feed the homeless or community service things, do the same thing. Let's advertise it. Let's talk about it. Hey, man, in 2 weeks, we're going to meet up here. We're going to go do this. We're going to go do that. And that's how you lead by example. They're going to start coming because it ain't going to be nothing to do if that's all that's planned. Right. And you slowly but surely can form the organization because now there's talking points. There's something for people to grasp onto. Right. Versus trying to say, man, it used to be. I used to get darker basketball. You know what I mean? So we just got to move forward, man. That's just it. I hate to say times are changing. Yeah, no, I ain't no. You might as well say it because it needs to be there. Times are changing.
Yeah.
I want to be around people who I love to be around, not just a bunch of cars and this and that. It's the people for me. I love music, but that's not what all our team is about. Okay, that makes sense too. But it's still, there's got to be some kind of organization when y'all are like, if you're somewhere where they won't go all out, be, do whatever it was you're doing. So there still needs to be organization, and I think that's what the bottom line of this town hall is about: the organizational aspect of it, the leadership aspect of it, the support, the getting people to buy into the same vision that, quote unquote, Batman got or Shaq got or Icon or whoever. So we just got to start. Just got to pick the ball up and start somewhere. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Start running. It might take a couple of more conversations for that ball to get picked up. Right. You ain't saying it's happening overnight. Mm-hmm. It'll take a couple more conversations, a couple more sit downs, and
but
get it rolling.
One thing it got a little heated. It got a little disagreements came, and I think we got completely off subject because we thought, or the thinking was, if we just do this, then it'll work.
Mm-hmm.
By us being a part of the original, it looked negative coming from my viewpoint because I'm set in my ways. I kind of understand what I think will work and what I think won't work. And that's why the new blood has to come in, the Shaqs, the Icons, you, Batman. Didn't have to form it and then institute it and then lead it. So now y'all get a chance to say, hey, I think this will work, and then y'all can bounce it off each other. And of course, with my input, with Nighthawk's input, whatever we can say, you know what, I'm going to be there anyway. I don't care what the organization's name is. I'm going to be a part of it because I love this scene. So that's the attitude we got to have going forward.
Yeah.
Nighthawk, what do you got a little quiet? Like I said, after it gets heated, I understand. Nighthawk, what are your intrusive thoughts on what you got? What are your thoughts, man? What's
my thoughts is personally, like it would never be the same. I don't see it going any different ways. To me personally, no matter how you try, it's still the same faces in it. Like the support of the clubs is not even strong. The support of the clubs in Atlanta, you only see them when they want to make money. After they make money, they disappear until it's time for their next season again. Anyway, so a lot of the clubs, however they take it, they in it for a money grab. When they get their shows and stuff over, they done. When it's time for a party or something, they back. So Other than that, I support who support me. If you don't support me, oh well. That just how I roll. That's why you see I don't have a car show, because at the end of the day, somebody say you didn't show up at mine, so I don't expect nobody to show up and then I'm happy. That's just how I be.
Bo, I feel Nighthawk on that. Now I ain't gonna lie. I definitely feel Nighthawk on that. I'm telling you. The support is a big thing.
Right.
Support is a big thing, but like we said, you know what I'm saying, I think moving forward, when you're saying your body of structure is, I don't know if there's a way, but to cut out all the clout car shows. Like you say, you making money, and what you call it, Skip, the culture vultures, you hurting it.
Mm-hmm.
You jumping in to make money, jumping back out.
But the culture vultures are preying on what people like.
Correct.
Rick Ross is using his celebrity. And I don't know other people's names. Other people are using the fact that they have something once was. No. I don't mind saying it because I stand on it.
We don't have to say it, but what we talked about in the chat, I mean in the text earlier, it's ridiculous.
Lady Icon said, so what do we do to move forward? We pick the ball up and start bouncing it. We talked about it. We had 4 influential people down below me that could get something started. Like I said, I don't mind giving input, helping out where I need to, pointing, clicking, whatever. But it definitely needs to be somebody new, something new that people can gravitate to. You know what? Now, this is what I'm talking about. So it's going to take some brainstorming. It's going to take, the few clubs and organizations, group heads to get together and see if it's something that everybody can agree to. And if not, then the status quo will be there. It'll just be the same old, same old. I told you after the second theme calls us that you done created a movement. You got to keep it going. Look how big it is now. You got people in Texas, Philadelphia, Maine, New York, everywhere, waiting on the next theme card, this and that. So just like you started that movement, that's how this has to be.
And I just left from talking to the people today about DragonCon.
Ball
y'all good. Everybody breathe. It was good and enlightening.
I'm glad we had this dialogue. I really am.
It's one of those things to where, everybody wants something until they are one that's got to do it or got to work to get it. It's easy. A lot of this stuff is easier said than done. And then, there's a whole bunch of moving parts that's got to be in the right places to make the car.
Exactly.
Again, it takes talking, it takes meeting, it takes brainstorming and everything else.
And it takes disagreeing, because we're going to have to be able to agree to disagree.
Of course.
Not going to, everybody ain't going to be happy with their decision. But
no, never.
But we still, in order to make it work, we're going to still be on the same page.
Jeffrey Allen hit it nail on the head. Anybody wants something till it doesn't push their own agenda. And that's what I was saying about mindset. If we're not doing slideshows or takeover shows, we're not going to be able to reach those young kids. Now, once all these laws start taking hold and people start losing their cars and everything, they're going to have to come over this way if they still want to enjoy this scene. And that's when we could be there to mold, so to speak, tell them how it's done here. Because, these laws are going to start impounding cars and taking cars.
And you know what? I'm going to be honest. And I told King and Wag this. I even thought about taking the initiative myself to go to the different police stations around in the area and see, can we come up with, get I think they call that officer who does with like the cops and cars and stuff. I think they call them like the community service officer or something like that. They got certain officer designated for certain stuff like that. And I thought about getting that officer to come together. If I can get one officer from every county and we all get together and sit down with them and sit down and talk with them, let them know, hey, this is what we're coming up with, and what do we need to do with you guys, the officers, to make sure we're not targeted because we're not out there doing these donuts, burnouts. Because like Swag was saying, you can go and look at the back of somebody, look up back where the rear tire is, and on that firewall, you can feel all that rubber that's glued up on there where they done burnt that tire. And damn well y'all ain't gonna see it up under King car, mine, Swag. You ain't gonna the fender wall be so clean. You can damn near take a bath up on it.
But you know what though, Batman? You don't think those police already know that?
Now I know what you were saying about what's the name down at Clayton County. Some of them do know, but I don't think all of them do. I don't think that has been said to a lot of them.
Right, but that's the same thing about protocol. A lot of those cops are disrespectful because they're cops. Yeah. So that power trip they got, they know all they got to do is look at the back of the car, like you said, and see the rubber. All you can do is say, man, look at my car and see if I did a burnout. I ain't got time for that. I think you did it. The power trip is there. So it's one of those things. It's a communication gap. It's one of those things where I'm right, you're wrong. I'm the cop, you're not. So,
I might get to a situation where I might sit back and say, hey, man, I'm here at this event trying to get them to change their mind, trying to get them to stop doing it.
Huh? But it is what it is. I'm fearful that all car events will start getting shut down because we all get a bad label because the law don't understand that we're not all causing mayhem. They understand it, Jet Black. They understand it completely. And I'm going to tell you why I know they understand it. There are policemen on the car scene right now that y'all don't even know that are real policemen. Yeah. Infusion had 3 policemen in their club. They cool people. They cops. They understand it. In their precincts, they know. I can't. What's his name? Infusion president. What's his name?
KT.
KT is 22-year vet. He's told me out of his own mouth that's coming and say, hey man, what's the difference in these cars? What's going on? We need you to do this. He said, no. No, I'm here. That's this, and that's this. And they understand, they know. But when you have that power to do what they do, it ain't too much you can do unless they really want to learn and understand it and communicate with us. So
you see what Jet Black said in the comments?
I'm fearful that all cars start getting shut down because we all get a bad label. I get
it. And that's one thing I am. I don't even like when they do the car meets. I don't even want to go near it. You know how we would want to go and show off our car. I don't even want to do that.
No.
I'd rather stay in the house and watch CSI Miami. But that wasn't the good time. But what he's saying is right. That's why I thought about taking the initiative myself and just trying to get these officers together. If I can get one officer, I thought about doing it, taking it upon myself. I think I might be doing too much trying to make this car scene right. I'll make it better.
I know officers in almost every precinct: DeKalb, Clayton, Atlanta, Marietta, Cobb is Marietta, Upstate, and I at Douglasville. I know cops that know the car scene that are in all those precincts, but those are not the cops that deal with us. The ones that deal with us are the ones that's gung ho. You get what I'm saying? We can go talk to them all, but those are not just going to interact with us. So you're spinning your wheels, so to speak. Until that happens, it won't be the people that understand the car scene from the police point of view that will be interacting with us until it's newsworthy. And I hate to say it, but that's just exactly what's going to happen. One of those cops are going to do something real stupid, or something stupid is going to happen when a cop overreacted or however it plays out. And then they're going to say, well, man, you part of the car scene and you didn't even try to inform your people.
Yep, and I feel like it'll be that in y'all area. It's different in my area. You know, I post the videos all the time. They come and they don't have no problem. They get to know me, but I'm not out here causing a problem neither. I sent one. We had a cookout the other day. I sent my favorite officer, hey, we having a cookout. You know I'm about to play the music, so if you get a call, make sure you get the call and you come get a plate.
You bribing them.
No, I ain't bribing him. It's just he always say, hey, when's the next cookout? You know, he always knows. Usually, if they call, we're probably having a cookout. So you already on shift. We send you with a good country plate with you on shift and have a good time. But they don't have any issues because we're in the country. But like I say, I don't cause issues. I'll drive the truck around town, but it's not like I'm driving the truck around town, just whamming, just going crazy.
Yeah,
so even when I'm in town, they don't have any issues.
You the local celebrity, boy. Yeah,
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
All right.
So
Dante Lane, what's up?
So
everybody in the chat, man, we've had some good questions and some good feedback and some
good question and feedback.
Good stuff here. And I tried to read a lot of it. I know I missed some of it. But we're gonna this is something that we'll talk about every now and then on the podcast. And if you guys have a topic or something when it comes to the car scene, period, be it here, Augusta, Valdosta, South Carolina, wherever, shoot it to one of us, man. I know everybody in this chat knows at least two of us. Let us know what's going on, what y'all want to hear, what y'all want to talk about. If y'all want to be a part of the show, let us know that. Really about the car scene and everything going on. So we want to address all issues. We want to talk about them reasonably. You don't let us hate each other. Everybody gets upset every now and then. But I want y'all to understand that this is for the betterment of the car scene. It's about information. It's about the happenings or the stuff that happened a week or so ago or what have you. But it's all for the betterment and information. Mr. Tesla S. This is all his brainchild.
Come back to the mic.
I'm still
there
here.
You go.
Why is it doing that? I'm gonna throw this.
I don't know.
I'm barely moving. But Mr. Tesla S. He's not here. He's in the background or whatever. But he thought about this set 8 years ago about bringing this to the car community. Here we are now. Yeah. So, I know, Lady Icon. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna say it's a cheap mic because it's not. It's doing what it want to do. It's a Shuri.
Okay.
But I mean, y'all can sit up there and read from the dictionary. I'm still doing on here list.
Hey, that's what's up. See, people love y'all. Told y'all.
Well, thank you. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all. It's almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Is in the background. Smoke Shack, Swag Pack Shack, Icon King, and who else? And Batman, we appreciate y'all for coming on, man. Thank you very much for all the information, and hopefully everybody that tuned in learned something or got some ideas or something they can institute with their clubs or their groups. And we can continue loving and supporting this thing we call the car scene.
Mm-hmm.
Bing, bing, bing. And I have no controls.
Where Mr. at? We text him?
Yeah. But anyway. Hey, look, Nighthawk. Turn to the left. Turn to your. Oh, can you hear me? You